All right, number 4.
Don't do it. We're good.
Number 4.
Will Campbell.
The New York Jets.
There we go.
They might be the worst offense in the league. The reports out of their training camp practices have been alarming about Justin Fields throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm old enough to remember I was getting yelled at about, you don't think Brees Hall's a great running back? The Jets seem to be, he's going to be splitting carries with Braylon Allen. Listen, I believe in Aaron Glenn. I think he's trying to build something. I think this is a foundation-setting year. I think they're a last-place team. Third place. Team, it's possible this team's good. They have a sneaky, underrated front 4. And if the quarterback can stay healthy, maybe they surprise some people. Number 3, the Miami Dolphins.
Let's go.
I don't trust Tua's health. I don't know that Tyreek necessarily wants to be there, but they also, Tyreek and Waddle, a good front 4. They should be, they typically win when Tua's out there. All right, don't reveal this yet. I have a system that has led me to, I'll be honest, incredible gambling success.
Really?
Yeah, when it comes to these preseason things. Yeah, last year I think I was 6-2 in the Brou.
Showed up with a broken arm for no reason.
And the system demands I be unbiased. And when I put in the data, the system spit out that this team is going to the playoffs.
Wow!
The New England Patriots
Let's go!
are in the playoffs.
I knew it.
In a way
AFC?
that I gotta tell you.
I love it. What's his data?
I believe terrible coach to really good one.
Facts.
Soft schedule.
Yep.
Better quarterback, not because you change quarterbacks in this case, but just because it's year 2. All of these, a little bonus things. Play Miami in your building in week 18.
Love it.
That's a win. It's going to be 0 degrees. I'm telling you right now, week 12, Cincinnati. The Patriots win that game, and that's the tiebreaker head-to-head that sends them to the playoffs as the 7th seed. Wow. Listen, trust me, America. I don't want to be on this guy's side.
You're on. You're a Patriots
but I just want to be right.
It's like I'm a Chiefs guy. You're beloved in New England.
I am not beloved in New England. You're not a Chiefs guy. And then the Bills, this is the most respect I can give them. You don't even need to talk about it. Anyone picking any team other than the Bills to win this division for the foreseeable future, it's ridiculous. They have dominated this division. They're obviously going to be the division champs.
Well, look, the Dolphins, they are what I have said they are. All right, their quarterback can't win in forget cold weather, tepid weather. Tepid weather. They can't beat good teams, and they don't want to. They got mad at the Bears for tackling. Well, all right?
It was 7-on-7. They didn't.
You know what they are.
Well, I was hoping.
They some break dancers!
We can't be doing this again this year.
We need
a new bid.
We appreciate it.
These guys
it's great to see you again.
But again, we need a new bit.
And we don't even have music this time.
No, they don't need music.
Well,
they get down.
It would be helpful.
They brought their own music.
That's right.
Well, that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, my man.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
Oh.
The Tyreek.
Look at them Dolphins go. That's how we settle beef in Miami. We dance. That's right. Wow. That's right. We ain't throwing nothing. We ain't knuckling up. We want to dance.
You guys are still going.
I mean, you guys have gotten better.
I know.
I don't know.
Outstanding.
Wow. I don't know what you guys really worked hard in the offseason.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
At least we're saying locked in on the breakdance. If they're going to do something well, they better.
Just excellent as
Love
always.
it. Love it.
They're just fantastic.
Thank you.
It's the Dolphins. We all know it. We all know it. All right.
Okay, Brou. Now it's time for
Despite that being the case,
fast now.
like Nick said, they're a train wreck. They ain't a train wreck because they don't like contact. All right, they can't be a train wreck. Despite that, though, they are not the worst team in the AFC East. I'm with Nick, and I somewhat put the Jets like the Giants, where I do think I like Aaron Glenn. I think he's going to make he's already building a better culture. So they're number 3 or 4. At number 3, Yes, the breakdancers themselves, the Miami Dolphins.
The best day for the Patriots in the history.
Look, they do win, and I think this will be kind of close, this division, at least as far as the bottom 3 teams. They do win when Tua plays.
Yep.
Like he's, I think 38-24 as a starter. The problem is he's only had one fully healthy season in his 5 years. Obviously, we hope he stays healthy, but I just don't think the vibes are great too. I mean, Tyreek, does he, want to be there? Is he going to have a bounce back year? Yeah, probably not. So I got them at 3. At number 2, my list is obviously the same as Nick's.
Oh.
I just do not have them going to the playoffs.
Oh, well, that's a big difference.
Yeah. I think they're going to – I like Vrabel and obviously changing the culture, but also bringing back the good stuff from the Belichick culture. And Drake May plays well. You saw him in the preseason. They looked fantastic. But the AFC is so deep, I don't see them getting in the playoffs. And then obviously the Bills, no-brainer number 1 team.
Okay. Your AFC East predictions.
I don't think anyone was willing to go this far with the 4th place team, but the Miami Dolphins are coming in last in this division.
That is different.
They cannot win or score points when Tua doesn't play. And Tua routinely doesn't play.
Oh, you're going to make Wilds mad. You're not allowed to call Tua injury prone on this show.
He's played a full season once in his career. He missed 6 games last year. They scored 13 points a game in those 6.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I don't trust a team that can't score without a quarterback who often doesn't play. The coach might get fired. The GM might get fired. The star wide receiver doesn't seem to want to be there. They're trading away a bunch of guys. They don't like hitting. They're not tough. They can't win in cold weather.
Tough.
There's a lot of things
Outside of that, though.
that are going on. Breakdancing. I don't know if we have the breakdancing budget. Okay, it's very confusing. 3rd place team, the New York Jets.
I'm rolling here.
Aaron Glenn, what he did in Detroit when all of their guys got hurt, and the defense was not good, to be very clear, but it was better than it should have been. Yeah. They were gritty with all of the practice squatters. I feel like the team has talent on the roster that they'll get the new coach bump just to competency. They will be a competent, tough out with Aaron Glenn there. And coming in at number 2, the big reveal Wilds. Yes, you're New England Patriots.
You don't have the
but
playoff
no
stamp.
playoff
it's a graphic
stamp.
issue.
It's not a graphic issue. Is it possible that your guy Mike Vrabel, touch overrated?
Well, at this point, where people are putting him in Canton, so probably.
Okay,
absolutely. Take it down 1 notch.
Thank you, because people look back on Tennessee, they're like, what Mike Vrabel did in Tennessee.
That's true, though.
Okay,
Really?
he had Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown.
But
Two guys who right now are
And then his last few
traded
years
the guys
there,
away.
didn't go well.
The last couple years, losing record for him and different coordinators every year. There were power struggles. It did not end well for Vrabel. Now, an upgrade, to be clear, they spent $100 million more than everyone else in free agency. They're going to be better, and I love Drake May. I'm just not ready for the playoffs yet.
That's fine.
And then, of course, at number 1, there's no debate here. It's the Buffalo Bills.
Once upon a time, I did pick this team to make the Super Bowl. Not that long ago. Has the same quarterback. It's got star receiver. But I have been so radicalized by this Cowboys offseason that I believe they are going to finish last place in the NFC East.
Wow.
I think that without Micah Parsons at full strength, they are a bottom 3 defense in the NFL. I also have questions about the head coach. Glad coach isn't here hearing me say that. And I think it's absolutely on the board. They start 0-4. And so for all those reasons, I have the Cowboys finishing last, which means, hey, shout out New York Giants. They're out of the basement. And they're going to have better quarterback play than they had last year. I mean, with Russ starting, and they might at some point go to Jackson Dart. I don't know, but he's looked fine in the preseason. And I think they have a potentially great defensive line that can just win you some games on its own, and a desperate coach. A coach that knows they've got to, that they have to show some level of growth. So I think the Giants are a potentially frisky team based on the strength of the D-line, great receiver, better quarterback play, but still just 3rd place, not a playoff team. This is a stat that Brou used to love. It's been more than 20 years since a team repeated in the NFC East. I used to hear that all the time from him. it's almost as if he forgot it for some reason.
Oh, I didn't forget.
I don't know. Philadelphia keeps that trend going. They are a playoff team, but I do not think they're going to have the level of success they had last year. The last team to win back-to-back NFC East titles was Andy Reid's Philadelphia Eagles, and contrary to what Kevin Wildes will tell you, Nick Sirianni is no Andy Reid. And I also think the more difficult schedule, the massive losses on defense, and the likelihood that Saquon goes from 2,000 yards to 1,500 yards, still be an awesome year and one of the best years ever after a 2,000-yard season, can cost you a few wins. And never underestimate the power of the curse of Kevin Wildes, let's be honest. The last team, the one's going to win. It hasn't worked well as of late. And then at number 1, only team left, Washington Commanders. Listen, I will admit, I'm skeptical of very, very skinny quarterbacks. Maybe Jaden Daniels can change that because he was that good his rookie year. I like their improvements on the offensive line, Greg. I like their improvement. It got Terry McLaurin done today, which I thought was very important. You have Debo. And listen, they spent a lot of money. I don't know how much of it was good money on the defense. A lot of older players, but it should at least patchwork it as they try to rebuild the defense. I think they can win 11 or 12 games, and I think that could be enough to win the NFC East.
My last place team in the NFC East is not the Dallas Cowboys. All right? I think the Giants, I think they're much better than they were last year. But to me, this season for them is about that defense establishing itself as, okay, they're going to be great over the next few years. And then Jackson Dart, when he gets in there, week 6, 5, 6, whatever it may be, 4, him establishing himself as your future franchise quarterback. Like, that's what it's about. At number 3, the Dallas Cowboys. I do agree with you, Nick. But I think the lack of a run game, when he doesn't have a great run game, they don't win a lot of games, even as he puts up numbers. So them number 3. This is where I differ with, well, that's different from Nick too, but at my second team, I got Washington. And I'm going to be honest, I came this close to leaving them out of the playoffs. And I love Jaden Daniels, obviously. I've talked about that. And I don't think he'll go into a sophomore slump. I just think their defense is questionable. I'm going to put faith in Dan Quinn to build it up. They improved last year. I do think they'll squeak into the playoffs. And then I do have Philly becoming the first team to repeat in the East since 2004.
Yeah.
I think for a Super Bowl champion, they have a chip on their shoulder. That's hard to have as a Super Bowl champion. And I think it is. Everybody's still questioning our quarterback. All right, Saquon Barkley, despite the great year last year, is still trying to establish his Hall of Fame credentials. The defense, like you said, Nick, they lost a lot of people. So they've got something to prove. You got new guys coming in there like, I got to make a name for myself. So I think that they are going to, and Sirianni is always seems to be 2 straight losses away from the hot seat. All right, so they have a chip on their shoulder.
Danny, as you know, it's been 20 years since there was a repeat division champion. The Eagles won 4 times in a row, 01 to 04 with Andy Reid, one of the great Eagles coaches.
One of the great?
Yeah, his winning percentage right up there with Nick Sirianni. Are they on the verge of another run, Danny, or will they be thwarted by Jackson Dart's aura? Your NFC East predictions.
All right, well, they're not coming in at number 4, so we can stay. I know. So I'll keep the suspense going just a little bit for the repeat division champs. But number 4 is Jackson Dart and his aura.
Wow.
The New York Giants.
Tons of aura, though.
Tons of aura. He won the preseason. You might see Jackson Dart on Stock Up, Stock Down coming up in just a little bit.
In segment tease.
They have 10 playoff teams from last year on their schedule this year, 6 of the first 8 games. I don't think moon balls from Russell Wilson to Malik Neighbors are going to be quite enough.
Who does
there.
love the moon ball?
It's a fun thing to watch.
But there's nothing else.
Third place, the aforementioned Dallas Cowboys. And it has very little to do with offseason nonsense because I am baking in that Micah Parsons will be there. I don't think it's about offseason distractions. I think that is how Jerry Jones fills the media time, and we thank him for it, for the content in the offseason. They can't stop the run, and they didn't get much better at that. And I have to remind people, Dallas had a losing record with Dak Prescott last year.
Right.
People talk about, oh, Dak Prescott got hurt and it derailed. They were 3-5 with him.
And Micah.
And the wins were not very impressive. Now 2-1, there was a late change. I went back and forth. I agonized over it. It's true. And I'm coming in, and we can reveal them kind of back to back. 2 Washington Commanders going back to the playoffs. 1 the Philadelphia Eagles, back-to-back division champions.
This is Brou's, by the way, as well.
Yeah. So aligned with Brou. I know
Awful start.
That's good news for you.
Well, here it is.
Great start to the show.
When I saw that Nick had Washington over Philly, because I was thinking about it, but I'm like, now I'm the top prognosticator on FTF because I beat him last year. And I beat you handily, and I've been beating you for years.
It wasn't that close.
Going back.
Right.
It really wasn't that close. And I think this comes down to Week 18.
Nick, you did.
Week 18, wow.
Week 18.
A specific prediction.
I think it comes down to Week 18. That game happens to be in Philly. Wow. I think Philly deserves the edge for being the champs. They deserve pole position. They lost, though, 4,400 snaps on defense. And they are the youngest defense in the NFL. And they had the second best health of any team last year. So you get a little too young on defense. You get a little bit worse health. I just don't think they're as much of a lock. But because Nick picked them to be second, I can't do it.
Number 4 in the AFC West.
No way.
Broncos.
Wow, no one has
No
that.
way. No, oh my gosh.
They made
Did you
playoffs.
see all the starting quarterbacks they beat last year? 2. They beat 2 quarterbacks all last year who are still starters. Baker, who's really good, and Aaron, who's really old. They played 7 games against teams that were either AFC playoff teams or the Bengals, who were right there for it. 0-7. We're now 1-7 if you include beating the Chiefs' backups, which they beat them so soundly that all of a sudden their point differential number, they're like, oh wow, look at how dominant the Broncos were. That 38-0 victory is doing a lot of work. But they were peaking at the end of the year, right? Well, the very end of the year, they got absolutely curb stomped by a real contender that I'm now told they're on par with this year in the Buffalo Bills. Someone's got to finish last. That is last. 3rd in the AFC West, the one team whose offseason injury took them from in to out of the playoffs for me, the Los Angeles Chargers. They are not a playoff team. I think the Slater injury
It's a huge injury.
I feel sick for him and for the Chargers. It's a testament to how thus far lucky we've been as NFL fans this preseason that it's the only superstar loss for the year injury. Obviously, no solace for them, but it stands out because it's been a pretty clean preseason for star frontline players. I also don't love the weapons. I think Ladd McConkey is an excellent player. If you guys remember, I liked him a lot going into the draft. And Herbert's obviously a good quarterback, but I don't know if the defense is going to have some of the same. Production is the wrong word. They were the number 1 scoring defense in football last year, but a lot of those advanced numbers that all of a sudden we love on this show didn't say that's the caliber they were. I think they are a good team. I do not think they are a playoff team. I actually think they might be better than the second place team, but they have a far tougher schedule than the second place team, the Las Vegas Raiders, who are in the playoffs.
Wow.
Geno Smith, you go from Aiden O'Connell to a guy who is consistently an above average NFL quarterback. I don't need to say top 10, above average. You go from Antonio Pierce to a future Hall of Fame coach. You add Ashton Genty. You have year 2 Brock Bowers. I think this is an offense that can cook. Now they're going to need to because defensively they are going to struggle. They also get what is a huge benefit. They are the team that gets to play the Chiefs in Week 18 when they've got their feet kicked up, because the Chiefs in Week 8, come on.
It's actually true.
We don't, I mean, when you're in the AFC West, you pray one of your 2 Chiefs games is Week 18, and the Chiefs, of course, are the number 1 seed for the 10th straight year. Nobody is surprised by it. Everybody understands it. They're going to keep winning this division. 10 straight division titles, 1 off your guys' record of 11 straight. That is Greg Jennings, my AFC West.
I got the Raiders 4th. I got the Raiders 4th. I don't know how you're shocked by this. Geno is good. And look, all 4 quarterbacks are good quarterbacks. So whether you want to say Bo Nix is the worst or Geno's the worst, whoever it is, they're still a very capable quarterback. But I just think you mentioned the defense is going to be bad. We know that. I like Pete Carroll. Obviously going to be a Hall of Fame coach. But I don't think he's like just the magic elixir. He's had losing seasons, obviously, before he went to Seattle and got Russell Wilson. So I think they're going to struggle. You talk about weapons. Yeah, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, I think is good. The O-line will be okay, but I don't think it's going to be good enough for Genty to light the league on fire, especially when I don't think they have the weapons outside that are going to make. Well, yeah, you got Cooper. We'll see. I mean, he's up there in age, but he is back.
Wiles, do you know what's happening?
Well, it sounded like, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, that people were saying Brou was sleeping on the Raiders.
Comatose. He's comatose on Geno and the Raiders is what he said.
I actually like that. It's accurate, too.
But when we put you in pajamas for that photo shoot, you should have known something was up. Stocking cap.
That's one of the first banners I've liked. Nick's dropped.
Sorry, Brou.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm there. I'm comatose on the Raiders. All right.
Candle.
If I end up being wrong, I'm wrong.
The candle is absurd.
How'd y'all get my pajamas? That is exactly what I look like when I sleep.
The candle. Believe it. All right. Sorry, Brou.
All right.
Keep going.
You probably got another one coming.
The candle.
I have got, and I know I've said throughout the summer, I thought the Chargers were going to challenge the Chiefs for the division title. The injury to Slater does drop that for me. However, so I got them finishing 3rd, but I got them making the playoffs. I trust
This happened
Harbaugh.
last year.
I think Harbaugh is a very good coach. I mean, we know the stuff at Michigan, but I think he's a very good coach. And I think he'll do what he has, whether it's ball control like he did last year. But I think he wants to I think they're going to throw it a little more, and Herbert wants to. I think, look, Herbert, the pressure's on him to have a good year. I think they can still get in, even though that injury hurts him with Slater. I got Denver number 2, Nick. I believe they are a good team. I do like Bo Nix. Look, he had a ton of experience in college, came out last year looking very experienced. He's just an on-schedule guy who can do a little more than that with Peyton. And then defensively, they're going to be monsters. They led the league in sacks last year. They got all those guys back. They added the 2 guys from San Francisco. So I think Denver's defense is going to be tough. But I still have the Chiefs winning the division, no surprise.
So, Danny, it's your time to showcase your faith in Herbert and Harbaugh. Please reveal your predictions for the AFC West.
I'd be happy to. And yes, this is very exciting for me to be able to bring on this great platform all of the great Justin Herbert love. But we'll get there because we're going 4-1.
Yeah, of course.
It'll be a while before we talk about it.
It's going to take some time to get there. Maybe the best last place team in the division, Knicks, Las Vegas Raiders. Okay. No team upgraded at coach and quarterback more this offseason. Unfortunately, in this division, I don't believe that to be enough. Geno Smith is better. Pete Carroll is better. Ashton Genty is great. The rest of the team
sounds like a good team.
It's an improved team that can win 7 games. And as you said about the Broncos, someone has to finish in last place.
Not the Raiders.
Good start.
Third place.
Brou loves it.
Thank you, Brou.
Yeah.
Third place would be
Right,
the Denver Broncos. 2-6 against playoff teams last year. This is where you and I are more aligned. Their defense is very good. I think that if Jaden Daniels did not exist, we'd be talking about Bo Nix's 29 touchdowns as a rookie a lot more. Second most for a rookie in NFL history. But ultimately.
Behind.
Thank you, Wild. Wow. It's only day 2.
Behind Justin Herbert?
Yeah.
So now here's the thing, though. Can I do it?
What? Just do it.
Well, can I do it?
It would be great for your brand.
So, and that's the thing. I was thinking about it,
Not
but
when
I
it
try to
doesn't
be
happen.
right. I care more about being right.
you
You
gotta
told me
be
this is
right.
going to be a big problem for me in the world of TV. So the second place team in the AFC
Behind
West
closed
is Yeah, that graphic, baby. Justin Herbert, the greatest graphic in the history of FS1. He is on pace to be Peyton Manning through 5 years.
On pace to be Peyton Manning.
He is on pace to be Peyton Manning.
I'm going to leave.
It's going to happen. He's going to take that year 6 lead, which was an AFC Championship game appearance
What'd they
for
go in the
Peyton
regular?
Manning.
What'd they go in the regular season?
12-4.
12-4. So the Chargers going 12,
So
maybe.
we reveal the second place team, which is, yes, the Chargers. I can't do it. I can't go all the way there. Here's the thing.
Justin Herbert could win league MVP and they not win the division.
That's
Unlike
exactly
Dwayne
right.
Wade on that bounce pass, and you decided to lay it up.
I couldn't do it. I think the division is catching up to the Chiefs, but what people do not fully realize is that the Chiefs, they've won the division 9 straight years.
Yeah.
In the last 6, they've won it by multiple games. They've won it by an average of 4 games the last 6 years. It is such a huge gap between the Chiefs and everyone else in this division, even with Peyton Manning 2.0 and Harbaugh and the best scoring defense in the NFL and a first-round and second-round pick on offense. Chargers are better, just not quite as good as the Chiefs.
Okay, I'm a little more bullish on the Cardinals than Brou, not quite as bullish as you. I have in last place the Seattle Seahawks. I think opting to go from Geno to Darnold is a mistake. I also don't like their offensive weapons or their offensive line. I like Njigba, and that's kind of where that ends. In third is the Cardinals, who I kind of believe in. And I fear, however, given their schedule and their history, that they are primed to start off really strong and then fade, because that's what they've done, but that is also how their schedule is set up, where it's backloaded, you know what I mean? And so that part does worry me. Kyler doesn't get the Tua he can't win in the cold treatment because it's not usually that cold, but it's that time of year he has fallen off as a player kind of throughout his career. In second, I have the Niners. However, I do not think they will make the postseason. I think they'll be fine.
I'm surprised you have a second.
Yeah, well, listen, because I really believe in the coach. I think they have a fine quarterback, and I think they will be coached well on defense as well. I think the defense is too young, however. Like that, and Purdy, in the article that we talked about to start the show, said we have enough to win it all. The coach said a couple days ago, we're retooling, which, maybe it's somewhere in the middle. I just think the NFC might be top to bottom a little tougher than it has been in years past. And to no surprise, I'm going to roll with the Los Angeles Rams, much like I rolled with them last year. A team that with a healthy Matt Stafford, I consistently believe in, and I think Stafford was always fine. So that is my...
Oh, no. You know what that bell means? Time for the worst bit on sports television, where Nick pretends to have a romantic relationship.
I'm not doing anything. See, what do you want me to do?
A team pretends to have a romantic relationship with you. And
you didn't get mad when someone sent Brou flowers. It's the Niners.
Here we go again. To my one and only, from you know who. Wow, it's gonna be the Rams again. We've done this bit a few times. Every time I open up this envelope, I say a quiet prayer. I say, dear God, please don't have there be red lips on this.
Oh, wow. Wow.
0 for 10 for me. Okay.
What?
It doesn't need to be this. You put me in a bad spot.
What's the
I have to
problem?
talk to
He's
my
a little more
representation at
randy
this point.
than mine.
Because I'm going to give it my all.
What's the problem?
Hey there, stranger. I haven't stopped thinking about you since our last evening together in the snow in Philadelphia.
What was that game?
Well, yes.
Yeah, that game.
I hope so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What else are we talking
I
about?
don't know. I don't know. You said it weird.
I was hoping you might stop by the amoral chamber. Oh, amortal.
I assume that's what they wrote.
Sorry. I was waiting. Jeez. I was waiting for you inside. I never saw you. Were you there for this?
No.
It is a weird
That's the thing
futuristic.
Stafford
That's
was
what
like
got him
at
healthy.
Rams camp, the
Astro
immortal
van
chamber.
type thing
Yeah.
that's silver. I almost gave up on us, but today's big engagement reminded me you can never give up on true love. Travis and Taylor got engaged. Brou didn't know. I know what we had, and more importantly, what we will have if you come back to me. Trust your heart. No way, dude. It's too much. Trust your heart. Talk soon. Rams to the Super Bowl take. Are you willing to take the Rams to the Super Bowl?
I'm certainly not going to dismiss them the way Brou did the Niners. They're certainly high on the list. This helps. I'm not going to lie. What?
Unbelievable.
I'm with Wild.
It's too much. I didn't even read the real letter.
I'm not in charge of any of this. You did leave out a line, I think.
So I think this team has been moving in the right direction, but like Nick said earlier, somebody's got to finish last. And I don't trust Kyler Murray. He's been up and down, and he's had great ups and great downs. I got to see him play a 17-game season and play well the entire season. So I got to see that happen before I give him the blessing. So I got them fourth. Third, similar here. Seattle, third. All right, I like them. I like McDonald, the head coach, but new quarterback obviously in Sam Darnold, and Wiles, I know he's your guy, but I'm just like, I have to see it without Kevin
He's
O'Connell.
no Geno. I mean, you know that.
I don't think he's Geno. I don't think he's Geno. So I got them third. They're not making the playoffs. I'm sorry. The LA Rams. I don't trust Stafford to be healthy. Look, I don't wish injury on anybody, but I think he's going to be bothered by that back at least some of the season. And then when he plays, I don't think he's going to be as productive. Now, they got a lot around him on both sides of the ball. So maybe I'll end up being wrong on this, but I got them second and out. This was tough. I debated. I almost put them in the playoffs, but not in. And so the division winner, the San Francisco 49ers.
The fourth place team in this division, I feel like until proven otherwise, everyone should agree, it's the Arizona Cardinals. They're a theoretically interesting team.
Yes.
We know their names. They can make exciting. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride and Kyler Murray. They have one winning season since Kyler Murray's been the starter of the Cardinals. There's 14-22 as a starter. He gets hurt. He doesn't win big games. Really fun player to watch on a highlight tape, but not particularly
That winning
good.
season led to one of the worst playoff games I've ever seen anybody play in my life.
Correct.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
tough to have faith on them before the season.
Yeah.
Talk to me in week 8, we'll see. This is a very trendy team that I'm just not there with everybody on in Seattle. I think Sam Darnold is going to have a real rude awakening going from Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson to the Seahawks offensive line, a defensive-minded coach. Geno Smith snapped and threw. He got that ball out. Last year for Darnold, he took 11 sacks in the last 2 games, fell apart at the end of the year. I think this is going to be, he got his $100 million, and he's going to have a lot of losses. So this team, it wasn't a question if they were going to be second or first. I had no problem putting them second. It was a question if they were going to be in the playoffs. And I ultimately decided I like the coach and quarterback too much. The Rams.
Fair.
Matt Stafford is amazing. When he plays 15 games or more, which is 3 of the 4 years since he's been a Ram, they make the playoffs and they win double-digit games. But he's coming into the year hurt, and their offensive line is bad. It is not so a bad offensive line in front of an immobile old quarterback is a serious concern. But it's a great organization that crushes the draft, that has a great young defense. Nakua and Devontae Adams with Stafford and McVay.
Second best coach in football.
They're the 7 seed in my NFC. Behind the Niners. You're
Very well done. Other than putting the Rams in the playoffs, you nailed it.
Just because it's yours?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, great minds. Yeah.
That's right.
27-10, the Niners are when Christian McCaffrey plays football for them. 27-10. So it's not about Purdy. It's not about Trump.
Nick did not know that stat.
I do know that stat.
know that stat.
I'm the McCaffrey guy.
Well,
Why you don't even have him in the playoffs?
What? Yeah, because the running backs can only do so much. I said he's a top 3 running back, Brou, and you got mad at him.
Top 3? No,
Go ahead.
A little much.
No, listen, Niners, easiest schedule in the NFL, and they were the most injured team in the NFL last year. So you get McCaffrey back, you have an easy schedule. They're in.
Number 4, we don't need to spend a lot of time on. I would imagine almost everyone, maybe in the sports punditry world, has the same team finishing 4th in this division, the Cleveland Browns.
What?
I think they will start 3 different quarterbacks at a minimum over the course of this season. I think that Myles Garrett, about midway through the year, is going to be longingly just logging into online banking. Be like, "That's worth it."
Just to feel
Maybe,
good.
like, yeah, like
Gets into his Halloween decorations.
And I think that by the end of this season, Andrew Berry at the very least, and maybe Stefanski as well, are going to have some real answering to do as far as where this team is going. Now is where it gets interesting. I am not a believer in soon-to-be 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. And because of that, I have the Steelers finishing 3rd.
No playoffs.
And missing the playoffs.
Losing record?
Yes, and a losing
Wow.
record. Definitely.
Talk about a way to end a career. Rodgers.
I know that, we have said Aaron is, just wants to put a final cap on his career, doesn't want to go out the way he did with the Jets, and clearly, obviously, to his credit, still just really loves playing football, and I don't begrudge him that at all. It is also one of the reasons why I am pessimistic on the Steelers, because if this year starts off tough and he starts to come to the realization, I'm not going to get that final, not Super Bowl, but just final nice chapter, how is that going to affect his disposition? I also am not as confident as seemingly everyone else that the defense is going to be quite as good as it was last year. But for all those reasons, I think the defense should be good, but not great. Don't trust the offense. They're 3rd. In 2nd, but missing the postseason, is the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm yet to hear a compelling case as to why this year will be different than last year, unless you think Lou Anarumo was an inside agent for the opposition. I don't think they have the personnel defensively, and more importantly, I think what was a mediocre offensive line might actually be worse this year than it was last year. You have 2 big question marks on the interior, and you have known quantities at the tackle positions, but I don't love either player, even though Orlando Brown, Chiefs, champion. And I think it's going to be very hard for Burrow to duplicate his statistical success of last season. To me, it just feels like a fun team that once again goes 9-8. And then winning the division, and winning the division easily by 3 or 4 games is, of course, Brew's Baltimore Ravens. Now, I would hope for Baltimore that they are in a race for the 1 seed so they can stay sharp late in the year, because I would imagine that they could have the division locked up, de facto locked up by early December, and that you want to be playing for something because they're such a Super Bowl or bust team. But to me, the Ravens are the clear-cut cream of the division and the only playoff team in that division.
Brou, this is where you're dominating.
This pains me because it's my
we've
my hometown team.
There's 9 of those.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Okay.
Cleveland. I agree with Nick. I mean, if you're not picking them last in the division, I don't know.
Related to Joe Flacco.
Yeah, what in the world is going on? As recently as yesterday, I was 50-50.
How late were you at the office?
I was here until about 2 a.m. Yeah. Joking.
That's good. Thanks.
But I was at home grinding the tape. I went home and hit the all 22. And at the end of the day, I guess this sums it up. Once bitten, twice shy. I was bitten by Aaron Rodgers last year. I bet on him with the Jets.
Oh, missing the playoffs.
And I was burned. So I am not going to bet on him again. Although I will say, I do think they could have I think they could win 10 games and miss the playoffs.
Wow.
So I still think a good season might
stay
intact. Yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah. I think they'll have a winning season. And like I said, maybe even win 10, but still miss the playoffs.
You're debating it. We're literally in predictions week.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like we're still kind of deciding.
No, I'm saying I think they could have a decent record, but just not make the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that leaves, of course, the Bengals. The question is, will they make the playoffs?
Will they?
Yes, got them in.
Loved them.
Got them in.
I knew you loved them.
Well, look, like I said, I think the offense can duplicate what they did last year, if not be better. I agree with Greg. I'm going to, like you said, is there a compelling reason? I mean, it's hard to look at the paper. You do have, if Shamar Stewart becomes a player, now you got him and Trey Hendrickson on the edges. And we've seen, remember Philly's defense a couple years ago was horrible.
Yep.
Vic Fangio turned them right around. The Chargers defense wasn't good 2 years ago. They had some players, but it wasn't productive. And then Harbaugh turned them around. So I'm not saying they're going to be a top 10 defense by any stretch.
Brou, your number 1 team, the AFC North.
Did you need to ask? Did you need to ask? This is they're going to run through the AFC North. I agree with Nick on that. And what they're going to do, Wilds,
Here we go.
they're going to go into opponents' digs, into their homes, into their buildings. Make them give them their bathrobe. That's the ultimate sign of disrespect at your house. That's the ultimate make myself at home. Go get me your bathrobe.
Your own bathrobe.
Yes, and I'm putting it on. They're going to kick up their feet, put them on your coffee table, and tell you to put on The Wire so we can watch it again. And they're going to say, bring me some chips, some soda pop, and a sandwich.
Joining us now with sandwiches courtesy of Casa Cuisine, 427 Graham Ave in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, is Cuj himself. Cuj, thank you for joining us.
How you doing?
As always, it's an honor. Congratulations on the restaurant. And these are special sandwiches.
I can't wait to dig into this.
Yeah. Yes.
Brou and I might have big disagreements across both North divisions.
Oh, my.
Wow.
So yeah, we'll see.
Well,
This
you
goes.
know.
Well, you
actually.
know,
You've
right?
seen
Yes, I
his
do.
and you know yours.
I will see how it That's a good point. We were simpatico yesterday. Today, not quite as much. Although everybody in the world agrees, number 4, AFC North, Cleveland Browns. I can't imagine being a Browns fan watching Baker Mayfield. They've had 8 different starting quarterbacks since they had Baker Mayfield. I mean, how do you wake up? It's
terrible.
It's just so brutal for a Browns
Probably like
fan.
being a Bears fan most of your life.
That hurt.
Yeah.
A little bit. I say one thing about the Chiefs.
I'm just saying. What would it be like watching a team go through a quarterback carousel? I don't know.
Yeah, what's it like trading up for Mitch Trubisky when Mahomes was sitting right there for you? Number 3, I believe, and I'm putting the playoff stamp on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What are you shaking your head
What's
about?
the problem?
Aaron Rodgers is this.
They've been a top 10 defense 5 of the last 6 years, and you add Aaron Rodgers. You said you don't think their defense is going to be as good as everybody else believes. They've been an elite defense very consistently
That's
under
a
Mike
first
Tomlin.
cousin of it's their culture.
And so, Brou, this is
Got some
where
names, though.
I think it's going to be a disagreement here. Yeah, let's put it up.
I mean,
They are so
like
good
this,
on
actually.
paper.
Yeah, I
They
know
were
you
so
like
historically impressive offensively. It seems impossible to do it again in terms of that few of interceptions, that much health on the offensive side of the ball. Their roster is incredible. It is an incredible thing, and Lamar Jackson is a great regular season player. But the Cincinnati Bengals had an
with
offense.
that defense?
Here's the thing, though. That offense for Cincinnati historically would suggest that you win 12 or more games. If you score 27 points per game, you win 12 or more games in NFL history. That's just what the numbers show. The Bengals are an offense that's ready to win a Super Bowl.
Your NFC North predictions.
Sorry, I'm a little.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
At number 4, with a what could be historic drop in win total,
Wow.
the Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
And that's it's
Shocking.
What, KW?
Just shocking.
what shocking?
I don't think you mean
Yeah, you go from 14 wins, say, is what I say. Let's move on.
Fair. I understand your.
Kevin O'Connell's a genius.
So here is
Just throw it up. Just throw it up to Justin. Anybody can do it. It's like Jeremiah Smith, like Greg would say. Just throw it up. Who can't do it? Sam Darnold throw 4,300 yards. Move on. Next, you'll be up. All of a sudden, 4th place.
I might have picked the Vikings to finish in 4th place, even if they had run it back with Sam Darnold. It is
Oh,
more
well,
about.
tough to do.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I was going to let you cook there, buddy. It's more about the overall quality, in my opinion, of the division. It's about that last year, while special didn't necessarily feel sustainable, and I support almost across the board trying to take a big swing on a young quarterback if you think you're capped.
Yeah.
But I also think typically that involves growing pains and a bit of a step back, particularly a quarterback as young as JJ was, as inexperienced, if you will, coming out of college as far as lack of attempts, and then who missed all of last year. So I don't think it's necessarily the wrong move, but I think this year they take a step back. Here's where I think people will be surprised. Coming in 3rd and missing the postseason, the Green Bay Packers.
Oof.
So I
knew it was a J.
Greg is bothered by it.
What?
Listen, I like the receiver they got in Matthew Golden. I think they might finally have a #1 receiver. I am not as big of a believer in the Packers defense as some of my friends in the analytics community, and this is where I'll tread lightly. Jordan Love is still in the we'll see part of the NFL hierarchy.
Probably.
To me. I think that very talented, but we'll see. And now, am I going to do it again? Am I going to just all of a sudden just be like, you know what, the Bears? Why
No way.
No, I don't think so.
In the playoffs,
Wow.
but not able to win the division, the Chicago Bears. So I think the Lions have graduated to a place of regular season respect. That division, even though, again, the Vikings tested them last year, that division is theirs until proven otherwise. I think that they have earned that. I do think, however, that Chicago was on Greg's list, that the 1-score losses. I think that there has been far too much of an overcorrection of, from Caleb to being, some people had him as a top 6 quarterback in the NFL coming into the league, to, is he even better than Tyson Bagent? I don't know, man. That guy sure threw for a bunch of yards in D3, and his dad's a cool arm wrestler who leaks things to local media. And so I think Chicago is going to have a average defense, a very good offense, an improved offensive line, good weapons, and a quarterback who is going to get better as the year goes along. And that feels to me like 10 or 11 wins, which should compete for, but not be quite enough to win the division for a Lions team that has as much offensive firepower, not as quite as much as the Eagles, or I guess on the out, really only the Eagles hands down have more offensive firepower than the Lions top to bottom, but good, not great offensive line anymore, I think, because of the interior issues. Goff will be solid. I think the Lions win the division again.
The one Nick got right, and I think this is a good team, but somebody has to finish last in what is a monster division. And that will be the Minnesota Vikings. I'm sorry, Wilds. But look, I think J.J. McCarthy can have a nice career, but like Nick said, we didn't see him throw it a lot at Michigan. And for him to step in with a team that won 14 games last year, I just think there's a lot of pressure on him, and he's going to have some growing pains. At number 3, now before you put it up, I needed a worst to first. All right, and my worst to first is San Francisco, right, in the NFC West. But I still needed a few little things, surprises.
Yeah.
Teams are going to come out of nowhere. And so while I am not as high on them as Nick Wright, I do have Caleb and Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears making the playoffs as the third best team in the division.
How about that?
Caleb had some, as mediocre as he was last year, he had some moments.
Thank you.
And we saw him play some Detroit and some other teams tough. At second, and this is a legit Super Bowl contender. Legit. I might even pick them to win the NFC. But I'm not picking them to win the division, and that is the Detroit Lions. Second. Now, and here's why. Like I said, still legit Super Bowl contender, And I know you got the 1-2 seed, all that, but I don't necessarily buy that you have to have a 1 or 2 seed to get to the Super Bowl. But their schedule is a monster. The division already is going to be tough. Then they got outside the division, Baltimore, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, Washington, Philadelphia, and the Rams. I mean, that's tough. That's not even counting, or I can't even read this one. But there's another tough team on there too that's pretty good out of the division. So they got a tough schedule. And I think they'll win 11 games, 12 games. But and like I said, I might even pick them to get to the Super Bowl, but not to win it. That means, of course, Wilds is Jay Yes. Jay Yes for J-Lo, Jordan Love. I'm with Greg. Like last year, I think the injuries bothered him throughout the season, and they still won 11 games. They didn't have a number 1 receiver. I think Matthew Golden is that. We'll see if he's that as a rookie. But I think he is a future, maybe present number 1 receiver. And that means Jaden Reed, all these other guys, those are good, that's a good group of number 2 receivers. Obviously, you got Josh Jacobs. The defense, as you said, the secondary, I think, is a bit of a question mark. But that defense was the 6th best scoring defense in the league last year. And they're young. I mean, they've been young for the last few years. Now I think those guys will start to kind of fill out, so to speak, and be what they are. And so, yeah, I got the Packers winning the division.
All right, Brou. I'm sorry.
I thought Nick was bad.
What? He hasn't even done anything yet.
I know what's coming.
Your 4th place Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
J-No.
Yeah, I hear
J-Lo.
I hear
Here's the thing about the Packers.
How?
Okay. 13 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, passer rating of 81 against playoff teams. They beat up the tomato cans. What Nick says about Bo Nix.
They mollywopped the Cowboys in Dallas in the playoffs.
That was 2 years. It's 2 years ago.
He's only been a starter for 2 years.
Okay.
And, I mean, Mike McCarthy losing in the playoffs in a big spot as a favorite. I mean, that is his trademark
Young boy
signature
going
move.
into Texas Stadium and
They were
doing
too
that.
turnover dependent. They do not rush the passer. Greg Jennings is very
Greg is here.
Greg is very upset. They beat up on the non-playoff teams. Against playoff teams, 0-4 against Lions and Eagles last year.
The Lions and Eagles, the Super Bowl champion and the number 1 seed. Thank you.
It's not good when your quarterback throws the ball to the other team. That's what Jordan Love does.
He will be fine. Oh.
Number 3, the Minnesota Vikings. I actually think that J.J. McCarthy will outplay Jordan Love this year.
Okay, so.
If the Minnesota Vikings and Kevin O'Connell can get 13 wins from Kirk Cousins and 14 wins from Sam Darnold, they're going to get fine production from J.J. McCarthy. And then now, maybe this isn't the greatest reveal, the biggest shock in the world, but everything in the world went wrong.
This is a shock.
For the Chicago Bears.
No, that they're not number 1. That's a shock.
No, you're going to have number 1.
Listen, if I'm putting
He
Herbert
had to
at 2,
maintain some integrity.
some integrity. The Bears had everything go wrong for them.
I got them in the playoffs. I got 3 teams in the division. But I got them 3rd place in the playoffs.
So the
Still
big
got 'em in the playoffs.
discrepancy is playoffs is the,
But the
second
Packers
seed.
not-
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
they
still
upgraded coach,
baffled.
quarterback, 60% of their offensive
Quarterback.
Well, you got that.
They upgrade. Okay, he got
line. Yeah.
Patriot style.
Second year in the NFL. Drew. What are you
upgrade
talking
at
about?
quarterback. I'm agreeing. Okay.
All right, and then number 1, the Detroit Lions, who for some reason people have written off as a Super Bowl contender because of an interior offensive lineman and some coordinators, when if you look back to who has the most wins in the NFL over the last 2 years, it's not Kansas City, it's not Philadelphia, it's the Detroit Lions.
Can I do mine?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not sure what happened, but
It's okay, Brou. Don't worry about it.
Well, the trumpeters are still here.
Yeah.
So it's good to
Number
see you
4.
guys.
Dead last in the division, and maybe dead last in the league. The Indianapolis Colts.
wow.
I think it is
Really?
on.
That
Yeah,
bad?
I
I
think
don't
this.
think
I
that
think it's on the board. Listen, I understand they seemingly find a way to around 8 wins.
Yeah.
I think this could be the year it crumbles beneath them. I don't love a team drafting a total project quarterback because they're like, you know what? We're gonna take our lumps. We're sick of being on the cast-off veteran treadmill. We're gonna deal with it. and then having that quarterback play 15 games and being like, you know what, Daniel Jones, come on down. I don't think the football gods will reward that type of just save my job process. Number 3 in the division. And this is a good year. The Titans.
Building.
Yeah, correct. I think 6 wins would be fine. I think 7 wins would be great at trying to build something. Obviously, this year is about, is Cam Ward, do we leave this year feeling there's no questions the way felt about CJ? He doesn't have to have Jaden's year, obviously. And I think that can happen even if they don't make the playoffs. I know CJ and Jaden did, but you can leave the year feeling like we've got our guy. All right, now this was hard. Genuinely. But I don't know if you guys have been following Predictions Week so closely. Brou only had room for 1 playoff team coming out of the AFC South.
Yeah, I followed it.
I had room for 2. Making the playoffs but not winning the division with another 10-win season, which is what they do, the Houston Texans. Wow. I think they could have the best pass defense in football, the pass rush plus that amazing secondary.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the offensive line, and honestly, I'm worried about the running game. But it's not enough to overcome the right coach, potentially 2 great receivers, a prove-it year for the Prince, returning to his royal rightful spot atop the AFC South, the Prince that was promised, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fellas, the correct music, please. You missed it. You missed it. Oh, you missed it. Oh, yeah. Gonna be hearing a lot of that this year, KW. I'm telling you right now.
It's always a pleasure, John.
All right, I think my 4th place team is going to surprise you guys because they do have some talent, but sorry, Greg, without solid play from the quarterback spot, they're limited.
Why would
all right?
be surprising?
And that is the Indianapolis Colts. I didn't plan on picking them last. All right, I think the division is going to be tight, at least 3 spots, but I got them 4th. 3rd, Nick.
Don't do it.
I am at the stage with Trevor Lawrence where I'll believe it when I see it. I'm at that stage. I'm not saying he can't still be great, but I'm not expecting it anymore. I'm not expecting, if he does it, I'll be like, you know what, he had the talent, but I'm not expecting it. And I refuse to take little 4 and 5 game swatches of games, one from 2022.
What about his whole season?
And remember that 3-game stretch in 2023? Put those together. He's nice. I refuse to do that like some people on this show. All right? So I have got, look, he does have the receivers. I'm thinking Travis. If Travis pans out. All right, here we go. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
I thought it was going to be a big
no play. I don't know what's.
Oh, gosh, darn it.
I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, the Titans.
Oh, you got the Titans.
Sad music. It's sad music.
Oh, it still feels celebratory. That's the sad
It's
trumpet
good
music.
to see the guys.
It's always good to see you. You bring so
Absolutely.
much joy. It's confusing a little bit.
I didn't know they were coming, but that's good. Yeah.
But you have the
3rd
Titans.
place, the Jaguars.
Yeah,
No. Can I continue?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can we see the? Okay, here we go.
Oh.
At number 2, now look. This will be the 3rd straight year.
Brou, can I just stop you down for a second? It says Titans.
It does say Titans. I'm confused.
It should be.
Bruce got a little fits in the playoffs.
I can't tell if you're doing a bit.
I know. Is this
I'm
a bit?
totally lost.
It wasn't a bit. We mixed up.
He got busy trolling me and forgot that he had the Titans worse than the Jags.
I got
He did
him
a whole
so
Jags
close.
bit.
Okay.
I have them so
Because
close.
that one, I'm the Cam Ward guy.
Yeah.
All right, so you
give us your
have.
Titans
Okay, I'll give you
explanation.
my
There we go.
Titans.
Okay.
There we go.
None of them making the playoffs. They're all going to be around 7,
These are the
8
teams
wins,
that aren't
whatever.
making the playoffs.
But the Titans, I do think Cam Ward will resurrect that team. Defensively, I
All
think
the
they're
way
going to be
third.
tough and physical. They got the underrated Tony Pollard to carry the mail. they're gonna be much improved, and optimism will reign down in Tennessee. All right, winning the division, obviously the Houston Texans. Bounce back year for CJ. Defense really steps it up. It's always been solid under DeMeco Ryans, but it's gonna be even better. And big things from the Texans. The question only for them is, can they emerge as a true Super Bowl contender?
Do you think they can?
I would say no. I still think they're a notch below Buffalo, Baltimore, and KC.
Can I go?
Yes.
Another team that might end up with the first pick of the draft.
This one's, I agree with it.
The New Orleans Saints. I mean, I was going through, when I thought we were going to spend more time talking about Shedeur in the A block, I was trying to find the list of teams where he would definitely be the backup, because I'm like, obviously he wouldn't be the starter anywhere. Then I got to New Orleans. I'm like, maybe. I'm like, he might start over Spencer Rattler. Like, it's this is the start of a 3-year teardown that has been foisted upon them by bad drafts and bad cap management. It is what it is. You got to build up. They just hope Tyler Shuck ends up being the guy. A team that, I'll be totally honest, would be in last place in most other divisions, and there is odd optimism for that I do not share. The Carolina Panthers is third. I agree with Wilds, even though I wouldn't have put it into Weird and Wonderful, that they will miss Adam Thielen. I like the trade value they got back and getting back essentially a 4th-round pick for an aging receiver, but Bryce played really well those final 3 games of the year. Mm-hmm. He's also the #1 overall pick going into year 3. It's no longer, about good for you, and it's got to be about, can he produce? I just don't know that they have the personnel. I don't know that he's the guy. I think they're going to have another tough year in Carolina. Greg, I know you noticed. I also left room for 2 playoff teams out of this division.
No way.
Wow.
Yes way, sir. Atlanta Falcons as the wild cards team. Here's the deal with Atlanta. Tough early schedule, soft later schedule, and more importantly is this. They won 8 games last year and lost their final 2 games of the year in overtime, despite having Kirk Cousins fall apart midway through the year and go to Penix. Bijan is the guy that I thought he would be. Maybe at some point Kyle Pitts gets involved, but even if he doesn't, Drake London's legit. I think Penix will give them a higher level of quarterbacking over the course of the entirety of the year. Year 2 for Raheem Morris and that defense. But it is not enough, of course, to dethrone the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who I have big hopes for this year. And I think given their schedule and their division and Bake Show, they could be in contention for the #1 seed in the entire conference.
Oh, wow.
I have them winning the NFC South.
Yeah. All right, that was pretty good for you, Nick.
Thanks, bro.
At number 4, I hate to say it because it's one of my hometown teams, home state.
Just say it.
There's no kind way to break it to who that nation, but it's probably the worst team in football, the New Orleans Saints. Probably the worst team in football, and the future's not bright either, so tough sledding. All right, at number 3, I know Bryce Young is your guy, Wilds, and he had 3 nice games at the end of the year, kind of like a la Trevor Lawrence, a nice little stretch here or there. I would love to see him really, capitalize on that and become a good quarterback. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced he's going to do it. All right. Secondly, here's where, it's the same as Nick. I just don't have them in the playoffs. Now, I do like Atlanta. I thought strongly about putting them in the playoffs. The offense I do like. They're loaded, as you mentioned. The question is, what is Penix? And he looked good last year. I think he looked good, but I almost think he didn't look as good as some people are saying. I thought he looked good, but,
for a bunch of yards.
Yeah, I like him. But I think that's the question. What is Michael Penix? Because you guys mentioned some of the weapons that they have. And I think the defense, let's see what they do this year too. And then, the Buccaneers clearly the best team in the division. I think the question for them is, can they become a legitimate Super Bowl contender? Right now, I still have them a little bit below, but Baker was great with guys in and out of lineup. Godwin, remember, will be back. So you'll have 3 really excellent receivers. So and Bucky Irvin helped a lot. The run, and now that you had a run game, so
people have been clamoring all week because at our walk-in videos at the beginning of the week, I said I was the 3-time defending champion of Predictions Week. And you guys took some issue with it, and famous people were like, really, Nick? Don't you remember you picked the Bears to make the Super Bowl last year? Like, how could you have possibly
that ruins
won?
everything.
Yeah, picking a team that misses the playoffs. So just for you guys and for the audience, a quick refresher. When we established Predictions Week and we established the scoring system for our Super Bowl picks, which are coming today.
We've never.
You lose 3 points.
We had no meeting on
never
this.
been
You
established.
lose 3 points. Okay, again, these guys check
never
the
been a
archive.
When you
You
go
lose
home,
3
if you want to
points,
sit in your room
miss
and
the
look
playoffs,
over your little
you
scores, fine.
Get 1 point if your Super Bowl team makes the playoffs too. You guys see all that. So here are, Greg, I didn't include yours and coaches because you guys have been in and out. Here are our Super Bowl picks by year in case anybody needed them. Now, I have been consistent. I did have a terrible Bears miss. Brou has only had 1 team ever miss the playoffs, the Packers his first year. Wilds, on the other hand, has been scattershot at best, which has led to the following scores. Brou, I think you'll like it. Here's the standings. I have 25 career Predictions Week points.
This is absurd.
Brou has 3. Wild's at -5.
No.
5 of his 6 Super Bowl teams have missed the playoffs.
For the record, I had 9 teams in the playoffs last year, and you had 8.
It's the Super Bowl. We're only scoring Super Bowl
I don't believe
picks.
in analyst
I'm just
wins.
telling you. Okay, I'm just telling you. That's what it is. Brou,
This is a horrible draft.
I don't like
we
it at all.
reject this wholeheartedly.
time for the Super Bowl pick. First, we
That's
do
the
our
last
conference.
time we see that, Dustin.
Put that in the
Last time.
Brou file.
First, we do our conference championship game picks. You can reveal it, Dust, what my conference champion bracket is. In the AFC, Bills Chiefs, same as last year. In the NFC, Bucks Rams. Now, I know the audience probably thinks there's not going to be a big reveal on who I think is going to win Bills Chiefs. The AFC Championship game I correctly predicted last year and correctly predicted the result. I must admit, when it comes to Bucks Rams, however, I have been conflicted all week.
Please no. Please no. I'm not joking. Please no.
What's this?
I didn't want.
Wow, it's not flowers.
I don't like this bit, and last time I had a hint of it because I saw the flowers in Kay's office. This I had no idea about. I don't want to do this. Have Greg do it.
KW. I promise it's not what you think. I promise it's not what you think. Will you just tell the audience?
I've seen 7.
Will you just tell the audience what the package says and then unwrap it? Please. What does it say?
This is so stupid.
KW, will you?
I don't like this.
Okay, you will like this.
To Nick.
What does it say?
Oh, care of. I thought it said from me.
No, to Nick, care of Kevin Wilds.
This is the last time we're doing it.
Okay. It also might not even be what you think.
I know. You know what I know what's in here? A bad segment.
It's quite the unwrapping you're having to do.
What
is this?
This is the Kelsey and Mahomes.
Oh, is that the invitation
1587.
to the steakhouse?
It's
for the show?
invitation to the steakhouse.
Oh, with this, hold on. First, look at this. What do we have here? Their new steak. Oh, wow. Invite to the grand opening. Maybe I'll take you 3. That's delightful. And it's a signed football by Kelsey and Mahomes. If you would like to take it out nicely and gently.
Nice football.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is pretty nice.
And then,
nice pigs.
you know what we have here?
Oh,
They included the official Super Bowl
that's
prediction.
nice. This
Which-
actually is pretty nice.
This is pretty good,
This is nice.
which we will open right now.
Oh. Wow.
The affair must be over.
Wow.
The Rams. Chiefs over
Wow.
Bucks in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60.
Revenge game.
Yes. Bake show. Chiefs over Bucks. That is my official Super Bowl prediction. And also, congrats to Travis and Patrick's for Steakhouse. Opens in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm sure Travis is like, this is too much publicity. First things first, now talking about.
So there it is. So my official bracket Chiefs over Bills in the AFC Championship game, Bucks over Rams in the NFC Championship game, and then Chiefs over Bucks in Super Bowl 60. And my league MVP, back to his right. It's been 3 years.
It has been a while.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
There it is, Brou.
Well, you know what's interesting?
like that.
I will give you. It's odd that the Chiefs, when they're playing the Super Bowl, they play the same opponent a lot. They played the Eagles twice,
Yep.
the Niners twice, and if you're right on this,
That's a
it'd be the
good point.
Buccaneers twice.
I hadn't even
it's
thought
it's
about
odd.
that.
But
Yeah.
it's interesting, right? So,
Yeah.
but I think
You know what, Brou? Add that to the reasoning. I hadn't even thought about that.
great
Good
point.
point.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
go ahead.
All right, but here we go for the real predictions. All right, in the NFC or AFC first, it's the same. You know, 2 years ago, you got to be the best, Greg. You got to beat the best.
For sure.
All right, so Nick, I thought that was interesting. The graphic you had earlier in the week about Josh Allen being 0-4 against
Yeah.
Mahomes, which is the most ever, and he's young, right? So I'm going to say that the Ravens, I take out the Bills
Okay.
en route to playing the Chiefs, and then I got the Ravens beating the Chiefs. On the other side, you see I got the Packers and the Eagles, and as I said earlier, I'm with the Packers making the Super Bowl. So a year early.
That was
On a
your
lot
Super
of
Bowl
my
pick
stuff.
last
That
year.
was, and I didn't even think about that till I saw the graphic. But yeah, I think I was a year early. I am going with, I don't have all the bells and whistles Nick had, but the Ravens, this is the year. It's got to happen for Lamar. I got the Ravens beating the Packers in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson finally gets his Super Bowl. And then for my MVP, I was torn between three guys. J-Lo, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, and Joe Burrow. And I thought about Burrow, but I think with the Packers winning the division, they're going to have a better chance, because I don't think Bengals going to win the division. So I am going with J-Lo.
Wow.
So that was my pick last year too for the MVP.
Well, right, and we missed the South division for me yesterday, which was a big miss, obviously, for the show because of the Micah Parsons trade news. And we can reveal right there that a team that Nick has finishing dead last in the NFL, the Indianapolis Colts.
You have them winning the division?
I have them winning the division.
All right, I'm telling you right now.
I like the Colts as a sleeper team.
That's the worst.
Out
I like it.
Okay,
I'm not talking about for the
it.
show. I'm talking about sports media at large.
not
That's
mad at
going to go down as the worst preseason prediction.
Oh, really? Because
The
they
Colts making
won,
the playoffs.
what, 9 games with Anthony Richardson and 8 games with Gardner Minshew? They can't win 9 games with Daniel Jones?
They can't.
I don't
You have
understand.
Jack Smith
He's
in
the
playoffs.
one. He's got
This
Aaron
game, you got
Rodgers in
Aaron
there
Rodgers
too.
I'm
in,
not
but
mad
we
at
knew
this.
that.
Oh,
The
you got
Bucks
Rodgers
one's
in.
good. Okay.
Oh, you're accepting of the Bucks because you have them in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
You're-
yeah,
you're-
yeah. The Bucks.
you're-
I'm just looking at the ones we didn't see yesterday.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, very aligned on the NFC
Yes.
South, very different on the AFC South.
Yeah.
But listen, I love the Chiefs. My mom's family's from there. We worked there. But unfortunately, you will be the only person on this show with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, because the Buffalo Bills are getting over the hump. This is their year, and they are beating the
I
Detroit
like
Lions.
this Super Bowl.
in
Well,
the Super
everybody
Bowl.
would like to see this Super Bowl.
I've had
It's
the
a great
Lions in the
Super
Super Bowl. This is now my 3rd consecutive year picking the Lions to make the Super Bowl. First, it does not succeed, and then it does not succeed. You try again, and eventually the Lions will make it to the Super Bowl. And Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, if they don't this year, they will be the first team in NFL history, assuming they win 10 or more games, to do that 7 years in a row and not at least have a Super Bowl appearance. Their regular season dominance has been for so long. Every team that has been that consistently great has at least made it to a Super Bowl. This is the year for. And so, if the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl,
This guy's gonna win
it
back.
feels like
Really?
back-to-back MVPs. He is the 2nd best player in football to Patrick Mahomes. They scored more points than the Eagles last year. And I listened to Deion Dawkins with you guys saying that he has not seen a player ever take a bigger jump than Keon Coleman has. So some of those touchdowns.
So you
went to
think
James
Josh's
Cook.
numbers are going to be huge?
That's the thing.
Because they weren't last year.
They weren't, but he still won the MVP. And I looked it up. The earliest a team has ever clinched a division, it's happened 4 times, week 11. I think the Bills are just going to boat race the AFC East.
Wow.
Week
Shots
11,
fired at
week
the
12.
Patriots.
that's a clincher for them. Then he can just start stat padding, get that second MVP, get the 1 seed home field through Buffalo.
I got the Chiefs winning the West. In the North, I got the Texans.
Or in the South, you got
South.
the
I
Texans.
mean, in the South, I got the
There
Texans.
we go.
In
Now
the
we're
North-
back.
We're back.
Oh, you still have the Jags. I'm
Ravens.
right there with you, buddy. There we go.
Yeah.
Anything?
And in the North,
Cardinals.
I got the Ravens.
You
Yeah,
know what?
look.
The Cardinals.
You can sleep on. Wilds, you had them up here a few years ago.
I know.
Or was that
He's
last
not
year?
knocking you.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm just making sure. And in the NFC, look, just bear with me, guys. Trust me, bear with me. I got the Cardinals in the West. I'll start from the top. Actually, I got the Eagles, obviously the Lions, and I wanted to switch this to the Packers, but I'm going to keep the Lions still winning the division. The Bake Show is going to cook, and then I got the Arizona Cardinals out west. Packers are going to get in, obviously. I got the Atlanta Falcons making it, and I know for the Commanders fans, I know you're looking like, well, where am I watching the Commanders? Because I obviously have the Rams at the bottom. I have the Commanders having a good season. I just look at their schedule.
Correct.
And I'm like, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough for the Commanders and a young quarterback that I feel like he's not going to surprise anybody. He's still going to have a really good season. But defensively, I'm not sure what they'll look like there. And then the Rams, this was tough for me. The Rams or the 49ers. Because when I looked at the 49ers, there's a 4-game slate that they have at the end of November and the beginning of December where it's like if there's ever a layup, they have it. Like I think they got the New Orleans Saints, Tennessee Titans, Colts, and the Browns. And that's late in the season. But then I started to think about Sean McVay.
Smart man.
He just finds a way to get into the postseason. He's only missed the postseason twice as a head coach, and I had to go with him because regardless of who he has available, he tends to find a way. I don't think Matthew Stafford will be available all season, but I still think he
You're
finds a
also
way to
out
get it
on
done.
the Steelers and Rodgers.
I am, I think we all were.
Yeah.
Oh, did no one have the Steelers going to the playoffs?
No one.
And then for my Super Bowl matchup,
Come on, let's see.
representing the NFC, I'm in all green. There's no surprise. I got the Green Bay Packers taking down
Bills get
the
there
Buffalo
and lose.
Bills. It's so, I didn't want to do it to you, Buffalo, but I couldn't have it a let's go Buffalo this year. I just couldn't do it. But you got there again, so you're trending in the right direction. You're trending in the right direction. And then for MVP.
What? Let me see. At least get this right.
Back to back.
That man is back.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Patrick?
that guy, Patrick Mahomes, is
All right, I like it.
Here are my AFC and NFC predictions I will be staked to. I think I have the same. I think a lot of us have the same in the AFC.
Same four
Bills,
division
Chiefs,
winners.
Ravens, Texans, Patriots, Bengals, Broncos.
Hold on, what is next to the Broncos, bro?
Frisky Titans.
That's just frisky. They're not
Frisky
in the
Titans. I got a little bit of Titans. Little frisky Titans.
I didn't
Think
know
about
we could
it.
put a photo out there.
2 years ago, the Texans rookie quarterback, the Commanders rookie quarterback. The other thing that convinced me about the frisky Titans, I love a good offensive line, and Mangini's like, that offensive line will be good. Like, okay, Cam Ward's got time to throw.
Defensively,
Confident,
they were good last year.
leadership,
Yeah,
and
they're physical.
take out the wacky
You're
Will
spending too much time
Levis.
on the team that you don't have making the
I do have them.
You're spending all your time
more
talking.
about them
You
than
spend no
anybody.
time on the Patriots or Bengals. You spend no time.
Everyone knows the Patriots are rebuilt, and everybody knows Joe Burrow. Now the Titans.
Okay, let's go to the NFC.
Eagles. And I was like, you know what? I'm going with Greg. I need one Greg pick. Like when we used to go to Blockbuster Video, it said Greg pick. So I'll check out that movie. Cardinals. Lions, because I believe in Warren Sharp. They have the biggest rest advantage of any team. You know who's the least? Fewest? The Raiders.
Okay.
The Raiders are doomed because of Warren Sharp. Then the Bucks, Packers.
What are we doing?
Whoa.
I believe.
In what?
Wilds.
I believe in Bryce Young.
Why?
Because I do.
Okay.
because you only need to get 10 wins to make some noise in there.
Also, you yelled at me for saying I didn't think the Niners would win their division, and you don't have them winning their division. You did a whole thing about how bad their schedule was.
Because I changed it.
Okay.
Because I changed it.
Okay.
But I don't have the.
Yeah, but not winning the division. He has the Cardinals winning the division.
I don't like Seattle's offensive line once I did a little bit more research.
Yeah.
And I just don't, I like a nice back. I don't need,
Somebody get the Captain Easy Stance music ready for this next part.
Me and Brou are locked in. My Super Bowl prediction.
Oh, wow.
Eagles, obviously, over the Ravens. Lamar takes another step. I love this. I love an all-bird. I mean, I love an all-bird Super Bowl. And finally,
Ravens.
Be like, oh, but wow, it's your beloved in Kansas City. I know that. Wow, it's last year, even though you didn't have the Chiefs winning in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
No,
your Super Bowl last year was Niners Dolphins.
But I still had Mahomes as
winning Super Bowl MVP.
As like a. And I'm beloved in Kansas City. I'm still waiting for that invite. Did that go to your house or the office?
My house.
Make sure they have my updated address. And that is why I am choosing Jared Goff for MVP.
Wow, Goff.
The Lions.
I mean, look, he was.
If I wasn't really pot committed with this gosh darn tweet with Jalen Hurts, I would have the Lions going very, very far. I love this. Just go to Warren Sharp's website and look at this rest thing. They've got 8 games where they have more rest than their opponents. They're already a great team, and they have all the rest, which means they're going to be healthier.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.